Welcome to another edition of Don't Waste Your Time. This video may not be for you, the Powerwall edition. I would like to give you a quick update of the Powerwall since I've had it for a couple of days now, some things that I learned. The interesting thing is you see the solar panels here and the Powerwall there. You can actually have your Powerwall without any solar panels. And if you do not have solar panels connected to your house, you will not see the solar panels there. And my Powerwall right now is at 72%. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see four options. You'll see the power flow, the performance, the backup history, and the customize. We're going to take a look at the customize first. So we click on the customize, and then you will have four functions that you can use the Powerwall. The first one is backup only. In short, backup only is in times of an emergency, your Powerwall is being fed from the grid, and if you lose power off the grid, your Powerwall would then function right here in the backup only. That's its only function, it's just for backup power. The second one is called the self-powered. That's what I'm currently using right now. Self-power is a combination of the solar panels, the Powerwall, and the grid that's sending energy into your house. The third one is the advanced one. I'm really not into the advanced one, a time-based setting that you can use if your company does that, but we don't have that here. And the fourth one is automatically already turned on to Stormwatch. And Stormwatch is very cool. What happens is the Powerwall will talk to the National Weather, and if there is an imminent storm that is in range, your Powerwall will then activate and start to charge your Powerwall if it's not charged at 100%. So let's just look at backup the power flow. And now this is one of the coolest screens that you can ever see on an app if you have a Powerwall. Now, the first one is the grid. The grid is charging right now at 0.5 kilowatts, and you can see the arrows going straight to our house. The second one is a solar panel. And you see the solar panel is powering a little bit into the Powerwall. You also notice that the Powerwall sometimes will actually be charged by the grid. You see how that line is going back and forth? You will see it every so often that the grid will actually power the Powerwall. But what you see right now is that my Powerwall is being charged two different ways, from the solar and from the grid. Now, later tonight, when the sun is down, this will go away, and then you will see the Powerwall will then feed into my house and power my house until the first thing in the morning. The grid will be off, by the way, and then when the sun rises, the Powerwall will cut off, the solar panels will turn on, power the Powerwall, and then the grid will actually have a little bit of influence into charging your home as well. So that's really cool. So that's a good way of trying to save a little bit more money from the company, especially at night when you're not using as much electricity at night. You can definitely take advantage of using a Powerwall. So that's how that looks. Your performance basically gives you an overall view of what's happening right now. And you can see that not too much is happening. Now, yesterday, you can see that we had 58%. I can see that 29% of solar power powered my house, and 29% Powerwall powered our house as well. So that's really good information to have. The battery backup and the battery history is basically if you just want to back up your Powerwall to 100%. So this is one of the cool features that I love here with the Powerwall. And one other thing I want to show you here is if you hit this little icon up top, or if you tap on one of these, you will see a chart of how the power is being used. So let's tap on the solar power. The solar power down here, it's a cloudy day, so you don't see too many peaks and rises, but we have radiant heat, and so a little bit of heat is going to the solar panels, and it's powering our house. Right here, this is the energy usage for our home. In the morning, we used our stove. My wife was cooking. I charged my car because I went out for a little ride. And then throughout the day, you see how the temperatures, the ranges is going down a little bit. We're not running any heat right now. So that's why you see those little jagged edges. Then the Powerwall. You see how the Powerwall is affecting right now. So the Powerwall turned on in the morning. It was charging up a little bit, and then it went kind of flat at noon because I was fooling around a little bit with the settings. So the Powerwall is now being in a stored position. Anything under this line, what's this line called, Justin? The flat line?
It's just zero.
The zero line, yeah, the zero line. Anything under the zero line, that means the Powerwall is being charged. And of course, looking at the grid right here, you'll see the energy consumption that we've been using from our electrical company. So you can overlap and you can have this very interesting dynamic. The last thing I'd like to show you is, if I can get this, this was yesterday. So yesterday was really, really fun to look at. This is the grid performance. Again, in the morning is our most busiest time. You can see what's going on in the morning. And then around noon, we started using more of the solar panels. It was a brighter day. And then at night, we was really using the Powerwall. And you can see where the Powerwall came in. You see how that overlap? There's the green part going between 4 and 8 p.m. We were pretty much on power only, because the solar panels were not activated. We was using the power. This is what it looks like with our solar panels. You can see here that the solar panels was really kicking on during the daytime, but right about 4 o'clock when the sun started to set, the solar panels stopped working because we weren't getting any energy from the sun. And so we were doing the Powerwall then. And then the last one is our overall look at our house. And again, we were doing a lot of cooking in the morning, warming up food, kind of went down the peaks and valleys a little bit, and then it kind of went flat after 8 p.m. And then the influence of the grid, the influence of the Powerwall, and the influence of the solar panels really makes for an interesting chart. So that's it for now. I really appreciate you watching, and I appreciate my son is on his knees, and you can say hi.
What's up?
So that's it. We will see you soon. Peace.